looks harder than it is, and the fast pitch is the hardest one. And for 8, 9, 10-year-olds, you don't have to worry about it too much. Now, as that speed goes up for 11 and 12-year-olds at the major, then yes, you want to try to get that at some point. But at the younger ages, you don't need to get all of this in. Just understand this is a framework and what you can apply and what you can do as a coach, as long as you're planting that seed. If you're at the 8, 9-year-old level, planting that seed for the 10, 11s and 12s later on, right? Okay, so what do we got here? We got...
this is game mode.
So now we're gonna go 2-strike approach, game mode. So we did the slow, medium, fast variations, and then I gave them a random, which sets them up into game mode. Now what I'll do is some variation of a game mode, and here's what I'll do, is I'll say, okay, give me 2 middle, medium hits, full hit, and then after that, a 2-strike approach. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the 2-strike approach, which we did earlier, okay? So middle, medium pitch, right up the middle. Beautiful. Nice, okay. So 2-strike approach, what I'll tell my players more than anything, let me take my back for a second, okay, is it's more of a mental thing than it is an actual physical change, right? So if this is Wyatt's regular setup and his regular swing that he's going right here, right, is the 2-strike approach should be a tiny physical part that leads to a big mental approach. So what do I mean by that is, right, so let's say the hitter's got a 0-2 or 1-2 count. What's the last thing the pitcher wants to do?
Throw it down the middle.
Wow, a strike might get hit at the younger ages, that might be a strikeout. But what's the very last thing if the pitcher has a 0-2 count wants to do against the hitter? Hit him. They let him off the hook. They had an out that turns into a base runner that might lead to a run and not have an out. So I'll say on the 2-strike approach, if this is where he sets up, is give me an inch or 2 in, an inch or 2 lower, right? And we're gonna choke up maybe just a half an inch. It's all tiny physical changes that lead to a big mental way that the hitter now approaches it. We're getting tighter, we're getting closer. When that pitcher sees you moving in, they're gonna be like, oh, I can't go inside. I can't throw the inner part of the plate. So you're kind of almost taking it away from the younger pitcher because they don't want to hit the batter. Now, the better the player, the more they're willing to do this, right? The lower level players, they're not willing to do it. It's okay. Just even doing this gets them into the mode, right? We're gonna shorten up and it's gonna be that short, quick. And what I'll do on the 2-strike approach, especially if they're doing well on the slow, medium, fast, the random, where I'm changing speeds and all of that on them, I will add that in as part of the 2-strike. So I'm gonna bust them down and in, bust them away, throw them a curveball, speed it up, slow it down. I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff to them to get them to fight it off and battle. And it's not so much the result of getting a hit on the 2-strike approach, but it's the battle. It's the battle that is the most important part. Because we're built, as you battle and you foul one off, there's another ball. And you get 1 batter per inning that does that, and they can squeeze out 2 or 3 pitches more from the pitcher, you're getting the pitch count up. Right? So that is huge in baseball, is you're always after getting the pitch count up on the opponent. So I'm teaching them how to battle and not just get the hit and put it in play, but not get the strikeout and get that pitch count up on the opponent. Okay, let's